Hello, this is Jeff from Emini Edges, and I'm excited to tell you about our new trading system called Aurora. Aurora is a mean reversion system that executes on a 5-minute chart and averages over $170 per trade. Let's go take a look. Okay, what is Aurora? Aurora is a mean reversion type system. We're going to be looking to fade bearish moves on the S&P. So we're going to be going long only. We're going to open trades in the overnight session. Trade signals are actually generated on a daily bar, but they're managed and executed on a 5-minute bar. So we have a couple data streams here. We're going to actually be generating signals on the daily bar, but trades are going to be executed on a 5-minute bar. It's also a swing system. We're going to be looking for a large profit target, and we're going to base this on the daily chart. So we're looking to hold for several hours to more likely a day or two. Even though we're trading on a 5-minute bar, we're going for a large profit target. Okay, some benefits of the system is no optimization, and this is a real biggie. You do not need to optimize this system at all. You simply load it on a chart and allow it to trade. Of course, the input parameters are provided. You can tinker with them, but it's certainly not needed. You can uniquely diversify your portfolio, and what I mean by this is not many people take advantage of the overnight session. Our studies have indicated that the overnight session is often very bullish in its behavior, and we're going to try to take advantage of that. Aurora also has two methods to turbocharge your wealth. We'll get into that in a little bit later. It has 11 years of historical performance. Go to the TradeStation performance reports on our website in regards to this system, and you'll get a good view of how well this has performed. Okay, so how does it trade? Trade signals are generated at the close of the daily bar, and positions are executed and managed on the 5-minute bar. The system uses a 2-period RSI and trend. So this is the heart of the system. It's going to use this on the price data to look for pullbacks in an uptrend. I'm not going to get into the complete details here. The full details are disclosed if you purchase the system within the user manual. However, if you follow this blog at all and are familiar with our past posts, I reveal in other videos exactly what's going on here. So it's not really a big secret. There's a fixed stop loss we use, $500 per contract, and we use a dynamic profit target. And this dynamic profit target is based on the close of the daily chart. Once again, this profit target is revealed in other videos if you're at all interested. And of course, the complete rules are available to those who purchase the system. Aurora is actually 3 trading systems in one, okay? Now, why do I say that? Well, it uses 3 unique methods to look at the RSI and trend to generate 3 unique possible setups. So although we're using RSI and trend, we combine these in different ways and massage them a little bit, and we have 3 unique setups that Aurora is looking to go long at. Now what this allows us to do is occasionally all 3 methods trigger at the same time. In other words, we get a high probability setup that we can throttle our contracts. This is one of the techniques we use to turbocharge our returns, and we'll get into that a little bit later as well. But it's important to understand that because we do have 3 unique setups, and not all the time do they set up on the same day, but when they all 3 align, what we have is a high probability setup, and we like to take advantage of that. Okay, let's take a look at a couple examples here. We have the Aurora system loaded on a 5-minute chart. This 5-minute chart also contains in the middle pane the daily price data, and on the lower pane the ARMS index or trend index. I'm just having these visually displayed right now just to show you that we do have these 2 data feeds which are required to generate the to generate the trades on the 5-minute chart. But I'm going to turn those off now just to save some real estate on here. So I'm going to pause the video. There. So now what we have is just the 5-minute chart of the ES. So the market closed here on April 14th, and we entered in the aftermarket hours, the overnight session, and went long, set our stop loss, and we're hit with our profit target at the close of the next day. So this is a typical type setup, and let me take a look at the daily price action. So if you take a look at this chart, we have a pullback occurring, and it met the criteria for our setup to happen. At that point, at the close of that day on that bar I just had highlighted, we go long at the close. Price did continue to fall during the evening until 4 o'clock, but not enough to hit our $500 stop. Then price rallied strongly. At the close of that day, our dynamic profit target was hit. Let's take a look at another example. Okay, here's one that's a few days later. We're on June 24th, 2011, and price is rising here and then had this quick pullback here. And we entered. Again, price continued to fall a little bit in the overnight session and then started to steadily rise. Well, maybe not too steadily, but it did continue to rise into 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning. Here we have our 8:30 open where price rallied. And let's move this over a little bit. At the close of the day, we don't have our exit. Well, we're taking our exit cues on the price action on the daily bar, and it didn't quite meet our criteria, so we continue to hold. I won't bore you with all this scrolling. Let me pause it. And there we go. Finally, we get our profit targets. We closed up here on 628.11, and let's see, what do we sell at? 1294.50. I know that's off the screen, so let's go back here. Here's our entry. So 1294. Here was 1265. So that was a real nice trade. Another typical type trade. And just to show you a losing trade, here's one where we did enter in the aftermarket hours, and price rallied pretty strongly in the early morning hours, in the morning hours once the cash session opened, but then price just collapsed into the close, and then the next day it tried to rally and then couldn't hold out, so we hit our $500 stop. Another thing to note is Aurora is a long only system. On the daily chart, we're also going to be using a trend filter. What is our trend filter? It's our true friend, the 200 period moving average. So on the daily chart, we're also going to be filtering trades by only taking signals when price on the daily chart is above the 200 period moving average. As of this recording, in late August, price is under the 200 period moving average, so we're not going to be generating any signals while price is under the 200 period moving average on the daily chart.